All right, well, thanks for being here, everybody. We're going to get started sitting. Oops, sorry. We're going to get started sitting in an easy cross-legged position on a cushion. So get a really big, comfortable cushion if you can. A rolled up towel or anything else also works. And just take a few minutes to settle in. Easy cross-legged position is great. If you'd rather set up with your legs in a different position, that's also good. Whatever's going to be best for you to sit for a few minutes. And just begin that process of coming to the here and now. So resting the hands somewhere gently on the legs, maybe just wiggling the shoulders, letting out some tension, some energy, and softly closing the eyes. Maybe dropping the chin in towards the chest. And begin just scanning down through the body, down through the back of the head, the neck, the shoulders, and just noticing what you notice. If you feel any tension, any knots, relax and focus down through the back to the hips, scan down through the legs, to the knees, the ankles, all the way to the feet. And taking awareness to your hands, let them feel heavy wherever they're resting. And then turn your awareness to your breath. And without controlling the breath in any way, just begin to notice the natural rise and fall of the breath in the body. And notice maybe the expansion of the body with an inhale and a gentle contraction with an exhale. And just follow the breath for a few rounds of breathing, just the natural inhale and exhale. And how does the breath feel this morning or this afternoon or the evening, wherever you are? Does the breath feel fluid? Does the breath feel sticky? Can you give a word to the quality of your breath without judgment? And again, there's no right or wrong here. We're just simply observing the breath. And then where do you feel the body? The breath in the body. Do you feel the breath in the upper body more, in the middle of the body, or low down in the abdomen? And again, without judgment, just noticing what you notice. And then take your awareness to some of the sounds around you. What do you hear? And let those sounds drift in and just kind of let them move through you. So again, without judgment. And then take your awareness to any smells that you might hear. Sorry, smell. Just going to check. And then take your awareness to your taste. And maybe just swallow and become aware of that sensation of taste. And then finally, come back to the sensation of the seat, the touch, the hands resting wherever they are, the contact with the ground through the body, the seat, your position on the floor, on a cushion, on a prop, on your yoga mat, wherever you are. And then slowly drop the chin in towards the chest and gently open the eyes and let the light come back into the eyes and bring yourself back to the room. And slowly lift the chin and take the chin straight up towards the ceiling for a gentle stretch through throat into the sternum. And then drop the chin to center. Slowly take the right ear towards the right shoulder for a little stretch on the left side. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Gentle stretch to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Good. And then we're going to slowly start to mobilize the body. So just wiggle the shoulders a little bit, wiggle the fingers, sit up nice and tall. And then we're going to slowly twist. So we're going to take the right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the left hip. Inhale, lengthen the spine, crown of the head kind of reaching up. And then exhale a little over to the left. So twisting through the waist, trying to keep the hips where they are, twisting the torso. Look over to the left without too much strain because we're just warming up the body, warming up the spine. Inhale and exhale straight round to the other side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little further, looking around to your right. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale, spinning around. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, maybe a little further into the twist. Even taking the eyes round to the left, as if you were really looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, over to the other side. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, into the twist. And take the twist a little further, just even if it's just a tiny bit over, taking even the eyes over to the right. Good. Inhale, come back to center. And let's do a seated version of cat-cow. So we're going to inhale to prepare. And as you exhale, you're going to round the back, stretch the hands out, tuck the chin in, and kind of bring the spine into a C shape. Inhale now, we're going to lift up, draw the elbows into the waist, squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you, and lift the sternum up and maybe look up too. Exhale, round. So we're again flexing the spine in a different direction, not forcing anything too much here. Inhale, lift up, squeeze the elbows in, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale one more time. And inhale, come up. Good. Come all the way back to center. And I'll just quickly demo. We're going to do a little opening for the back. We're going to take the right hand to the left knee and then lift this left arm up and over and cross it to the opposite knee. So everybody can come into this cross. And then from here, we don't need to do much. We can drop the chin towards the arms, maybe take a little curl, but you should hopefully feel a nice opening through the upper back and the mid back. Inhale, exhale, lift this arm up and over and take the other arm back. Now we're taking both hands behind us so we can kind of puff our chest forward and press the fingertips into the ground behind you. So you're almost trying to lift yourself up, but we're not going to take the seat away from the ground. So we're just lifting up, opening up the front of the sternum. Big, big inhale. Exhale, relax everything down. Now we're going to take the right hand to the left knee. Is that the way we did it before? We want to do the opposite. So sorry. Take the left hand to the right knee and switch over. So we got the opposite arm on top. So again, a small bend in the back, a small curve, dropping the chin in towards the arms, a little curve of the spine here, just opening up the shoulder blades and the mid and upper back. Take a nice big inhale. And a full exhale. Take the arms up and over and behind you again, fingertips to the floor, kind of just probably off the mat a little bit. Squeeze those shoulder blades together behind you, counteracting all that forward hunching that we sometimes find ourselves doing. Lift the chin if you like, and then slowly relax. So come back to center, hands on the ground. We're going to take a side bend, left hand to the floor, the side of the hip. Take the right arm up and over and reach over with this right arm. So we're getting into all this connective tissue down the side of the rib cage, maybe even into the top of the right hip. And you can really try to take the right fingertips away from the right hip. See if you can inhale and exhale, reach a little further. Inhale, exhale, up and over to the other side. Take the left arm up and over. So again, we're reaching in a diagonal line from the left fingertips through to the left hip in a straight line. So try not to fold forward or back. Try to think of yourself as squeezing down a tight corridor through the side body. Big inhale. Exhale, stretch a little further. Reach those left fingertips away from that left hip. Come up and over. Nice job. Let's do that one more time. Right arm up and over. Take the left hand a little further away from you and maybe lean over to the left as you reach the plank. Good. Big inhale, exhale up and over. Take that hand further away, reach a little further. And I'm keeping my hips on the ground as much as possible. We're not going to roll off this hip. Sometimes we do that, not today. Big inhale, exhale, and come all the way up. Nice job. Wiggle out the shoulders, maybe shake out the hands, and we're going to spin around and come to tabletop. So you can just move the cushion to one side. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're coming into this nice tabletop position. Now we'll go through a few rounds of cat-cow, and everyone's probably very familiar with this now. Today, press the top of the feet into the floor a little bit for a little bit more engagement. Inhale, exhale, round into your cat. Inhale, come forward into cow. Exhale, cat. Really opening up the spine. Inhale, cow. One more round each way. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And then sit back and come into a child's pose. So stretch the hands out along the mat. Press those hands into the floor. So we're getting a little bit of engagement of the upper arm. Good. And then bring the hands all the way in. Sweep them around and take the hands towards the feet. So the back of the hands rest on the ground and turn the face to the right. Let the shoulders relax here so they kind of melt away from the back. Let the body feel heavy and sink down towards the ground. Take a nice big inhale. Full exhale. One more inhale. And slowly make your way up. Nice and slowly coming all the way up to kneeling into hero's pose. Let's just sit here for a moment. Good. Nice flexion for the top of the feet. Inhale. Exhale, come forward. Shake out the feet, patter the feet on the floor, maybe take the feet from side to side, and we're going to make our way slowly to a downward dog. So you're going to tuck the toes under, shift the weight back, keep the arms about shoulder width apart, so not too wide, and press up and back into downward dog with knees bent for this first downward dog. Step the feet back a little, keeping them hip distance apart, and begin to walk the dog or pedal the feet, alternately stretching one ankle towards the ground as you bend the opposite knee. The key here is to think of length in the back rather than straightening the legs, because we really want the spine to be open and not kind of rounded like this. We want to think of the pelvis is dripping forward as the tailbone reaches as high as you can get it. So we should be feeling a nice opening. You might hear the feet creak and pop. You can even roll the top of the feet over and massage the toes into the ground gently. And then begin to walk the feet towards the hands, one step at a time, kind of maybe even swaying a little bit from side to side as you come all the way to the top of the mat, feet almost touching, about an inch between the toes. Bend the knees, sweep the arms up as you reach up and come to standing, arms up, point the hands, reach and stretch up towards the ceiling, and then drop the hands in a prayer position to your heart center. Close the eyes and do a quick check-in. Nice big inhale and a full exhale. Open the eyes, sweep the arms, take them up overhead, full body stretch here. Exhale, bend the knees and hinge forward from the hips with a flat back. Dive down, bringing the hands towards the feet. Micro bend in the knees here to protect the hamstrings, and then rise up into an L shape, your halfway lift. So here we can straighten the legs by squeezing the quads, engaging the core to think of the crown of the head reaching forward as you press the feet actively into the ground. Keep that engagement and now fold from the hips. Good. Bring the hands down. Bend the knees if you need to, so you can place the hands firmly on the floor. Step the right foot back way behind you. Nice long lunge. Here, we're going to pivot forward and back a few times, warming up that right hip, and the left hip. And then we're going to step back into plank. Nice, strong core here. Press the floor away, and then drop the knees, bend the elbows, lower yourself to the ground. Stretch out the feet behind you, coming up into a mini cobra. We're going to peel the front part of the body up off the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and see if you can lift the hands and keep the body up off the ground. Place the hands down, push yourself up and back. Mini child's pose before making your way to downward dog, lifting those hips up and back. Pedal out the feet again, walking the dog. Now, right now, we're going to take the right foot and thread it underneath the left and press the outer edge of the right foot into the floor. So this is going to help to stretch out that right hip. You might feel it down the tendons in the right side of the right leg. Take a nice big breath. You can even slowly move forward and back here, getting a little bit of motion into things. Slide that right foot back and switch. Let's do the left side. So press the outside edge of the left foot actively against the floor and feel a nice stretch opening through the outside of the left hip. You can even slowly shift your weight forward and back here. Good. Slide that left foot back. Walk the hands back now towards the feet. So you're going to come into a forward fold at the back of the mat and walk the heels out so each heel is in the back corner of your yoga mat. Again, a micro bend in the knee here is great if the hamstrings feel a little tight. And then begin to draw this imaginary rainbow around the feet, swaying from the outside edge of the right foot all the way over to the outside edge of the left foot. Couple of times, let the arms feel like kind of pieces of spaghetti, even kind of shake them out. Let the head feel heavy and drop down towards the ground. Getting a bit of traction for the spine. Good. And then slowly make your way to center. Now from here, we're going to turn the toes out wide so they're at about a 45-degree angle, and we're going to sit down into a yogi squat. Now, if your feet are up off the ground here, that's okay. You can even keep a little bit of weight. What we're looking for is a little bit of opening, deep opening in the hip. If you have a yoga block, you could always sit on a yoga block if this is still a little bit uncomfortable. You can gently move from side to side here a little bit. Bring the hands together in a prayer position. For anyone who would like to deepen this a little, you can actively press the elbows into the inner thighs and kind of squeeze things together here. You'll get a deeper opening into the inner thigh, the groin, into that hip tissue. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. So we're going to slowly tip forward, bring the hands onto the ground, lift the hips up, walk the feet in. And then we're going to slowly roll up to standing. Again, little bend in the knees if that helps. Unclose spine, one vertebrae at a time, come all the way up. Do a few shoulder rolls when you reach the top of the mat. Big circles with the shoulders, a few times backwards, and then a few times forwards. Good. And then have a little shake out. Walk up to the top of the mat. Bring the base of the big toes together. Ankles are about 1 inch apart. Hands at heart center in a prayer position. Take a nice big inhale and a full exhale. Let's sweep the arms up overhead. Big stretch here. Exhale, fold forward, diving down, hands towards the toes. Let's rise up, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold in towards the legs. Hands down around the feet. Step the left foot back into a low, long lunge. And again, pivot forward and back a few times here. Getting into the hips. Good. And then slide the left foot back. Plank pose for a little bit of core. Just draw the navel into the spine. Imagine you're actively pushing the floor away. Not collapsing in, you're pushing the floor away from you. Good. Drop the knees, bend the elbows straight back and lower yourself to the floor. Straighten out the legs behind you as if someone's pulling your toes to get length, and then roll up into a mini cobra, maybe coming a little bit more off the ground, and then exhale, release to the floor. Lift up and back. Short child's pose. You can tuck the toes if you like. Lift up to downward dog from here and keep those hips nice and high. Pushing the floor away actively. So even the upper arms are involved in downward dog. It really is a great full body experience. Keep breathing nice and deeply. And then we're going to look forward and step the right foot up between the hands and come into our T stretch. So I've got my left hand on the floor. I'm dropping my left elbow and I'm releasing my right hand. This right hip is not swinging out. I'm trying to keep everything in a straight line. Press the right foot actively into the floor so you've got a nice strong foundation. Lift and reach up. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, slowly bring that right hand down. Let's step forward. Let's rise up halfway. Exhale, fold and sweep the arms up overhead. Nice big stretch here. Exhale, hands to heart center, and we'll keep moving. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Exhale, fold in towards the legs. Hands down. Let's step the left foot back and the right foot straight back into plank. Nice strong core. Drop the knees, or you can lower yourself all the way to the floor. Stretch out the legs behind you, and let's roll up into an upper dog. So we're going to press more of the floor away. You can keep the knees on the ground, or squeeze the quads, press the top of the feet actively into the floor, and make this about some contact. Feel the hands pressing into the ground and the top of the feet. Drop the knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips straight up and back to downward dog, pedaling out those feet. Let's look forward and step the left foot up between the hands, dropping the right hand to the floor on the outside of the mat. Begin to rotate through your waist and release the left arm up, coming up into this nice twist in the lunge on the second side. This is great for all athletes. Could do this one every day. Nice big inhale. Exhale, sweep that left hand forward as you bring it down to the floor. Step the right foot up to the mat. Inhale to halfway. Exhale, fold, and then sweep the arms out, come all the way up overhead. Nice big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're just going to step back and do a little warrior two work without the kind of vinyasa flow in between each one. So I'd like you to come to the middle of the mat, step the feet pretty wide apart, 3 or 4 feet apart, and turn the left toes out. Turn the right toes in about 45 degrees and bend this left knee. So it should be right over your left ankle. And this is an opening pose. We're looking for a nice balance between strength and flexibility. So this right hip opens up. Keep this quad and foot really pressing into the floor so you've got some engagement. And then bring the shoulders over the hips and lift the arms up so they're parallel with the floor. Take a nice big breath here. And then look out over your front left fingertips. Squeeze the shoulders up and then release them down. Sometimes you get a bit tight here. Try to relax them. Good. Take a nice big inhale. Full exhale. Let's reverse the warrior. So take this left arm up towards the ceiling. Right arm reaches down the back leg. So we get a nice opening through this left connective tissue around the rib cage. Big inhale. Full exhale. Come back to warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, come over to the other side. So we're going to drop our left forearm to our thigh. We're not going to collapse here. We're going to try to keep our heart center open to the side. Lift this right arm up. And then if you'd like to, you can bring it into that same diagonal shape we had at the beginning of the class, from the right fingertips through down to the right heel. Press the outer edge of that right foot into the floor. Now see if you can just take your right shoulder back, maybe half an inch, just a tiny, tiny bit. Peel that right hip back as well. Those micro adjustments will help to get that opening across the top of the hip. Good. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, use your core to lift you back up to center. Lower the arms, bring the bend out of the knee. Turn that left foot in, and let's go straight to the other side. So turning the right toes out, right knee over the ankle. Feel this interplay. As you keep the right knee over the ankle, this left hip might drop in. See if you can find the sweet spot in between this, if you see what I mean. So really press that right foot into the floor. Open the left hip. So you're getting this opening, this stretching already. Open the shoulders. Arms are parallel with the floor. Good. Take a couple of breaths here. Settle in. Feel the feet pressing into the floor. Look out over your right fingertips. Hug the shoulders up and then release them down. Nice big inhale. Full exhale. Let's take this right arm up, reverse warrior, reaching the right arm towards the ceiling as the left arm just reaches down the back leg. Nice big opening through the side of the right ribs. Big inhale. Exhale, come back to center. Let's come over to the other side. This version of extended side angle pose, we're going to rest the right forearm on the thigh, but without collapsing. Try to keep the sternum pointing straight forward, and then reach the left arm. You can keep it up, or you can bring it in line. Imagine your left fingertips are in line with your left toes on the floor. Peel that left shoulder back a tiny bit. Peel that left heel back. Press the outer edge of the left foot into the floor, so you've got this long line from the fingertips all the way through to the outside edge of the left foot. Big inhale here. And then use your exhale to engage the core and lift yourself back up to center. Lower the arms. Turn the foot in and then begin to heel toe yourself back to center. Have a little shake out. Nice work. Let's come down to the floor. And we'll begin to wind everything down. So we're going to roll ourselves down onto the mat. Hug the knees into the chest and just give yourself a little massage, rocking from side to side. Take some nice breaths. And then squeeze the right knee in as you stretch the left leg away. And then come into a spinal twist by drawing that knee across the body and stretch the right arm out along the floor and turn to look over your right arm. Good. Releasing the right shoulder a little bit, beginning to kind of slow everything down. And then come back to center, squeeze the right knee in one more time, and then switch sides. Hugging the left knee in, stretch the right leg away. And then draw the left knee over so you can come into the spinal twist on the second side, reaching the left arm out along the ground. Couple of breaths here, releasing that left shoulder. Good, come back to center, hug both knees in, squeeze the forehead up towards the knees, wrap your arms around your shins and draw yourself into a little ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze everything into the center, and then relax and release everything to the floor. So moving into Shavasana, softening the eyes, closing the eyes, releasing the body to the mat. Letting the back of the head feel heavy, the back of the shoulders, the arms, the hands, feeling the contact of the body with the ground, scanning down now through the back, the hips, the legs, taking your awareness all the way to the feet, feeling the heels touching the ground, letting the body feel heavy, and letting gravity really be a friend here. You don't have to hold yourself up. You can let yourself go. The muscles can switch off from doing their work. And this brief period of rest is like recharging your batteries. So try to power down, close everything off, and take your awareness to your breath. And if the mind starts to wander, which it always does, we're only human. Just take your awareness to the rise and fall of the body with the breath. If it helps, you might like to count 1 for the inhale, 2 for the exhale. Keep going up to 10 and repeat. Always coming back to the breath. Anytime you notice the mind has wandered, feel the rise with the inhale and the fall of the body with the exhale. And you're more than welcome to stay here. But for the class today, we're going to slowly now begin wiggling the fingers and toes, just bringing some movement slowly, slowly back to the body. Take a couple of deeper breaths, energizing the body with the inhale. And with the next exhale, maybe reach the arms overhead, point and flex the toes, and take a full body stretch. And then bring the hands in, walk the feet in, and roll over onto your right hand side. From here, pause for a moment before then lifting yourself up and slowly making your way back to an easy cross-legged position. Just so we can come together for the end of this practice today, let's bring our hands into a prayer position at our heart center. And let's be thankful for this time, thankful for our mind, our body, and our breath, and this opportunity to be present. I'd like to thank you all for coming to class. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you soon.